Just go straightforward. And I know it's a subdivision name over here and it's not really in our market, but if you're mailing to condo projects, what's wrong with you guys? What's interesting is that if one condo goes up in a particular building, usually another one goes up soon enough. What's wrong with sending condos and co-ops market update cards? What's going on inside their building, right? How many homes sold, how many homes available? And I get it. Let me just say something very interesting. You think the consumer is on Zillow and StreetEasy every day. They're there just once in a while poking around if they're not ready. But if you're sending a message consistently to someone's apartment, some condos, some co-op, some house consistently, they're going to read your message. In fact, you may do more than what a company like Zillow might do because they're getting your message. Whether they read it or not, they take a look at, oh yeah, this is Mike. He sent me a message. Okay, great. Here's the average salary. He's always keeping me up to date. So this is when they're ready to raise their hand. When they're ready to raise their hand, they remember that each month or each week you were sending them something. So to increase your results, mail just listed and sold summary cards to your farm area quarterly. So if you came up with a system, that like if you're getting into the program, mail once a week for 8 weeks, and then you go once a month, and then you can do quarterly as well, but different messages, right? The quarterly to your farm area, summarizing all of your transaction from the previous 3 months, such as such information validates productive behavior and communicates a very powerful message. So every quarter you'll say what you sold. Those are the messages, guys. The love letters, the saying that, hey, this is me, I'm neighborhood Mike. It's great. But today people, they're so distracted. And plus we live in such a dense, market, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, Manhattan. These are very dense places. So you have to validate yourself. Quarterly farming cards, advanced approach. So once you firmly establish yourself as one who gets superior results in a neighborhood, you should market those results periodically with self-promoting cards. See, quarterly cards are added to monthly mailings. Gives you one additional impression. It's all impression based, guys. Stop the madness. It's not some secret hocus pocus. I gave the expensive card versus the cheap card. It's just a matter of getting in front of them. That's it. So why use Mike the Realtor? The results speak for themselves. Guys, it's very straightforward. Mike Realtor, listings sold, 99% of listings he sold, right? 90, the sale price to list ratio. We've talked about it in our Tuesday market updates. What is your list to close ratio? So it's 98%. That's impressive. Your average days on market 63. Then you compare the average of everyone else's in that particular area. Ooh, only 73% sold. Wow, Mike Realtor sells 99%. Average is 87.8%. Average is market 142. Mike's unique approach made all the difference. You see, we've tried all the realtors, but none compares to Mike. Mike's the best. The above results are not a coincidence. They are by design. Isn't that very straightforward? Like when you look at this card, it's so plain but it gets right to the point. See, the above postcard also serves as a great marketing mailer to your network and or your farm. What messages are you sending today? Call now for the free market analysis. Call now. That's good. But what other value? They know you're a real estate agent. They know they can call you for the free market analysis. That's what they've been programmed to think. If I call John or Mike or Susie or Sally, he's going to tell me how much my house is worth. They know that. What else are you sharing with them? Your neighborhood farming dialogue. Here's another way to increase your return on investment that many agents just fear. And I get it. They fear this because everyone fears the phone call. But here's what I found over the years. When you're mailing something consistently to that particular farm area, when you call, they already know, like, and trust you. Why do they know, like, and trust you? Because they've been receiving your message consistently. So when you pick up the phone, they should know who you are because they've been receiving your message consistently. Yes or yes? Yes or yes? Are you awake out there? You feel me? So quarterly calls should be made to all residents of your farm area to sustain a recognizable and dominant presence. They see all the Remax Edge signs. They see all the Remax Edge marketing. They see your marketing. They hear your marketing. They see you, and then they heard from you. You humanize yourself. So it just sound like this. Hi, this is Mike Napolitano, Remax Edge, and I'm simply calling around the neighborhood to see if you may know anybody at this time who's interested in buying or selling real estate. Now, you guys know how I feel about this dialogue. But this when you're farming and you've already mailed, just get straight to the point. This is not your network. This is not your sphere at the beginning. So it's not what I call that re-engagement call. This is straightforward. Did you get my card? Do you know anybody else who's selling? No, I don't, Mike. Have you been receiving my monthly postcards? Have you been receiving my monthly postcard? Do you find the information beneficial? What other information would you find helpful? Have you ever considered selling your home? Thanks for your time. I hope you have a great day. The key is picking up the phone. Now, by the way, this is in conjunction, this is in addition to the postcards, the mail out, because it's, again, consistently in front of them. Many agents are inconsistent. They believe there's some secret sauce of some sort. It's the reality is if you have to be consistent with not almost everything you do. And it's the attempt to get to the consistency. It's not going to be perfect, but many agents, I gotta just make it perfect. I gotta just make it perfect, and then they don't do it. I just say one more time, one more thing. I'll check one more box. I'll cross one. Stop it. Get it out. Go. Make the phone call. So neighborhood websites. Sorry, guys, I skipped over here. Let's start with neighborhood farming dialogue. So this is another dialogue that can be used. I've noticed that in places like Staten Island, where there's a lot of single-family houses, this works quite well. This works quite well with the condo co-op. So if you're calling and farming these, right? Think about it. If you're the co-op specialist, or if you're the condo specialist, you're insane for not calling your people or calling that building. If you mailed to that building and made a phone call, of course, you have to be allowed to make your phone call, but when you make that phone call, okay, when you make that phone call to a move-up buyer, hi, this is Mike Napolitano with Remax Edge, and since interest rates are near an all-time low, I'm simply calling to ask if you're interested in leveraging yourself into a new place. I have to sell my house first. Oh, really? I didn't know that. But you did know that because you've been farming that area, you've been farming that building, you've been farming that project. It's not a coincidence, it's by design. It's by design, it's not a coincidence. Most things, most top performers in real estate, it's by design. It's consistency and then it's by design. Remember, early in this momentum program, it's consistency, proficiency, then efficiency. Consistency, proficiency, then efficiency, right? What does that mean? Consistently, doing it over and over, right? Proficiency, getting better and better, knowing what to say, what to do. Efficiency, now because you know what to do, you know what to say, you're generating those leads, and now you have to become a little bit more efficient. Neighborhood websites. And I get it. Many times people will say, Mike, companies like Zillow, Realtor.com, and even Remax.com, they're pretty big. So what do I do? Why would I do a neighborhood website? Well, I would call, in today's words, landing pages, some sort of page that brands you, that brings people to your sandbox, right? Some people use Facebook, some people use WeChats, whatever social media sandbox you use. I guess it's okay, but I personally like that if you were to create your own landing page, so there's no other distractions. See, the other social media sites, when they go to your neighborhood page, your business page, it's very distracting. They check your page for moments, and then boom, before you know it, they're looking at the crazy cat video or someone's graduation, or one of their friends went out to a restaurant or something like that. Build something. If you're going to be a little bit more advanced, build something where it's your landing page. That's the key, guys. If you want to Google that before next time I create this, do more content, I would look into more landing pages. See, simple neighborhood websites serve as a virtual newsletter and are a great way to add value to area residents. Note, properly maintained neighborhood sites are time consuming, and it is, and should be considered only after hiring a full-time marketing coordinator. Someone that can handle this. I wouldn't say full-time marketing coordinator, but I would say someone that you can delegate to, because it is something that's a little bit harder to build. So these are for that more advanced agent that might be on this webinar. So what would be on your neighborhood website content or your neighborhood landing page? Or, hey guys, if you don't want to do any of those things, you want to use any of the social media sites I mentioned before, this is some content that would be good for your page. And let me tell you another secret, folks. You know those companies that do this for you, they don't gain any traction because a lot of these social media sites don't, because it's not organic, it's something that something else produced. They don't give it that organic push to the top for people to see. So I would start just taking stuff that you've seen in different articles and write about it. If you're going to put it on your Facebook or your WeChat, your Instagram, your YouTube, whatever you're doing out there, or your landing page, of course. So it should include, real estate articles. There's plenty of real estate article pages out there. Risk Media is a good one. Neighborhood pricing updates. Tax advantage of moving up. Get a tax person that you're working with and ask them to produce some content and align with them, perhaps. How to contest property taxes. This is a big one, isn't it? Because when your property taxes are going up, people want to know how to get them back down. These are valuable assets, guys. People want to know, what should I send to people? What should I have on my landing page? What should I have on my Facebook page? These are some topics. Mortgage information, align with a mortgage vendor that can help you out. Mortgage person help you out with that. Updated vendor lists, the home inspector, the engineer, the plumber, the electrician. Let people know you're the neighborhood connection. Personal advertisements, testimonials, right? Isn't that important? Reviews are extremely important. Okay, your stats, free lists, inspirational stories, right? The quotes are great, but how many quotes can you have, right? So you need to kind of switch it up a little bit. Recipes, we know some agents actually taking pictures of their food, which is pretty awesome. Those are good ways to stay in front of people. Neighborhood activities, right? So if you're doing a neighborhood activity or you see neighborhood activity, put it up. People like that stuff. People like these things. These are great ideas. I know it mentions neighborhood websites, but these are great ideas to use on social media. Okay, stay away from these companies, and it's not that I don't like them. It's just I notice that agents spend the money and they don't really get their value, because the key to all of this is you're engaging. You are engaging, not the machine. Right? So if someone commented or liked, something you posted out of this, then you can engage, send them a direct message and say, hey, how did you like my stuff? Do you have any questions? It's a way to network marketing. That's how you're going to increase your return on investment with your postcards. Because just like everything, a lot of things, the return on investments are quite low. But you can increase those investments by creating other channels for people to tune into, right? They saw your postcard, they connected with you on Facebook, they connected on WeChat, Instagram, YouTube, all these different places where they see you because they like your stuff. Remember, not every customer subscribes to every single channel that you would normally, just like you are as a consumer, tuning into. So you have to be able to diversify the channels that people tune into, that you produce content on. But don't overthink it. Don't overthink the channels. Just do it. Don't think that because you talked about property tax and average assessment values versus interesting real estate articles, you have to do a different article for all different pages, all different social media places. Stop it. You don't need it. Don't just pick generic. Here's another fun one. Don't just pick generic articles and just post it up. That's it. Because what happens is, let me look at you, look at me, look at me. Once you post an article from some other website where people are going to leave the sandbox that you've created, it's over. Keep them in your sandbox. You should post an article, maybe screenshot it, but then post something interesting in the description. So you're citing the author, you're citing the company, but then you're keeping them within your sandbox to continue the discussion. So this way they're continually reminded more and more and more that you are the expert.